John Bentley.
What's up, Cowboys fam? It's your boy Jay Tuck back with another Cowboys fans only show. So y'all know the drill, man. Go ahead, comment, like, subscribe. Somewhere down there, somewhere down there, somewhere down there. Also hit me up at jtuck151 on Twitter, man. And also go to cowboysfansonly.com to get your merch, man. Shouts out to everyone who's been supporting all the gear, man. But this week, y'all, we got a tough matchup against the Minnesota Vikings, and a lot of people's been calling me crazy, like, Tuck, what are you talking about? The Dallas Cowboys can go on a run. The season's over, man. Give up. Let's get in the draft mode. But I wanted to bring on somebody, man, who's just as optimistic as me right now, who believe the Dallas Cowboys still have some fight left in the season, man. So with further ado, CFO gang, I'd like to welcome my big homie, man, West Coast Cowboy. What's going on, bro?
What's up with you, man?
Nothing, man. What's going on? I appreciate you for jumping on, man. Appreciate you for coming on, man. You know we had to link up again, man.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Hey, man, I appreciate you for that Philadelphia show that you did a couple weeks ago, man. That was some goddamn good entertainment, man.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. But I was the only one, man. I felt like the Cowboys could win that game, man. We almost pulled it off, man. So I wasn't backing down from the Eagles fans. You know me, bro. I'm ready to go to war, man. It is what it is. I told them I'm pulling up. You know what I'm saying?
I just love the way you just entered. Like you guys are, we pay y'all bills. I just love
right,
it.
Right. They know what it is, man. They know what it is, man. So for the people who don't know where to find you, man, because you everywhere, bro. Like I gotta admit, you everywhere. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Like if you look up Dallas Cowboys content, you're gonna pull up Mr. West Coast himself, man, one of the hardest working man in this thing. But tell people where they can find you at, bro, before we jump in.
Shoot, man, anywhere that you can Google search, just type in West Coast Cowboy, man, and whichever come up first, hit it, subscribe to it, man, and let's get it popping, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. My guy's everywhere, man. He's one of the hardest workers in this thing, man. So definitely follow him, man. So we're going to dive into something, man. Before we get into the game on Sunday, we got to talk about a few things that kind of happened yesterday, man. So there was I think an article that was released with Jonathan, JTT or whatnot, man. So the possibility of Jalen Smith either taking a pay cut or being released. And I saw you post on the Facebook group about this, man, because you had some insight. So I want you to go ahead and give your thoughts on this, man, for everyone, because I know this was the hot topic yesterday and still today, man. So go ahead and give your thoughts on that, bro.
Well, I mean, I think there's a possibility of every single person on the Dallas Cowboys getting cut, released, or traded. Why? Because you're 2-7. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the obvious first. I think Jalen Smith, each year the Dallas Cowboys, whenever, and it's just whenever there's success, there's always going to be the guy that you're going to, blame for that success. And whenever there's failure, there's always going to be those guys that you're going to, retaliate that success to.
Right.
So when JJT put out his article, I'm not trying to discredit him, but, I'm a big Dez fan. And, I'm saying? Dez is my dude, one of the most, loyal guys I know, loyal to the soil of the Dallas Cowboys. And I just remember the last person that Dez Bryant cussed out in the locker room was a guy named J, the exact same dude who wrote this, this same piece.
Right.
So I just think it's, some guys, they understand the media giant and what can happen. I think that people understand that you really can't say anything bad about Dak Prescott. Why? Because the guy broke his leg trying to win you a game. So what are you going to, If you're in the media, what are you going to really say? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, DeMarcus Lawrence is noticeably playing better. Like a lot of people said, and I'm not going to toot my own horn.
Right.
He said, go back to that 4-3, put his hand back in the dirt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You would see DeMarcus Lawrence come back. You'd see the resurgence of him. You know what I'm saying? I think the number one reason why Jaylon Smith honestly gets so much slack and so much hate for what he does, not even hate, but just like, I guess you guys can't say hate, is because, to be honest with you, man, I just think sometimes the dude just tries too hard, man.
Right.
Like, and it's one of my favorite verses in the Bible where it says, sometimes your good will be seen as evil. You know what I'm saying? One of the craziest things I heard about Jaylon Smith is we should release him because he's in every play. I'm like, what?
That don't even make sense.
Like, what? You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to tell you the common denominator that's happening with Jaylon Smith is that he's on every play by himself.
Right.
The Dallas Cowboys defense, when the loss of Rod Marinelli, and I'm going to be honest with you, I wasn't, just because I played semi-pro ball, so I understand what it means to be on a team one week and then be on a totally another team another week, right?
Right.
I was like, man, chemistry don't really mean nothing, bro. Like, you get paid, go out there, do what you're supposed to do, right?
Right.
But there are some units, offensive line, defensive line, that group right there.
Right.
You need that chemistry. You need that common, you need that commonality, right?
Right.
So when you have that huge gaping hole in the middle of your defensive line with your rotation of Dante Poe, you got to bring him up. Why? Because he was a Dallas Cowboy for almost 5 games.
Right.
You know
right.
Man? So when you have that rotation between him, other guys that aren't playing up to par, you know what you do? You expose your linebackers to absolutely everything. Right. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This isn't excuses. This is factual.
Right.
And I'm gonna tell you guys the reason how you know it's factual is this, right? You get rid of Dante Poe, you put Neville Gallimore, my hot boy Antoine Woods there.
Right.
Guess what? You don't have any pressure in the middle. And also, I'm gonna tell you what happens. Did you guys notice how Jaylon Smith's tackles all of a sudden went down?
Right. Right. Keep the linebackers clean, man.
So we're not talking about Jalen. You're not mad at Jaylon Smith for missing a tackle. You're mad at a penalty. Okay, penalties, we can talk about that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's no longer it's no longer the tackles or the assignments. Why? Because he's able to actually do his job now. I see Jalen, my last thing, man, I see Jalen the same thing that's happening with Jamal Adams up there in Seattle's. Mm-hmm. Man, you have players that are good, but who are just being flat out asked to do way too much.
Oh, right. Right.
Like
right.
They're being asked to do way too much. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this, bro. So we've seen how the defense has slightly improved once we got rid of Everson Griffin, Worley, and also Dante Poe. So do you think it was more of Mike Nolan's scheme in the initial front, or was it just some of these guys in the rotation that was causing all the mistakes that was being made constantly?
I think it was a little bit of both.
Okay.
I think it was a little bit of both. And I also think that, when they put out the report that there was players that weren't buying into scheme, I definitely believe that was some of it too. Because you got to think, if someone's teaching you something and it's working, you're going to do more of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if someone's showing you something and you're like, bruh, I did it my way and I was better. Right. You know what you're going to do? At least in a production-based league, you're going to revert back to your style.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's the same problem the offensive line had in 2018 when we switched out the coach. They were like, Alexander, the coach at that time was saying, yo, these guys aren't doing what I'm telling you. And it's like Tyron Smith's probably looking at him like, yeah, because it's not working.
Right. And I'm a future Hall of Famer, man, so I'm going to go back to doing it my way. And I always give the analogy, man, like, you think about basketball, man. If you had a jump shot a certain way and all of a sudden your coach tries to change it and you start bricking, you're going to go back to your jump shot, man. You know what I'm saying? You're going to go back to what what got you here. And I felt like initially with Mike Nolan, especially trying to go this like 3-4 stand up thing. It was really shifting like DeMarcus Lawrence, and also I would say Everson Griffin there. They wasn't feeling natural, so they tried to go back to what they were doing. That's why you kind of saw the rift with Everson Griffin and Kavanaugh, about putting his hand in the dirt again. And so I feel like right now what you're starting to see is a lot of these players are starting getting put back into a position where they can actually win and utilize their talents. And then also on the defensive side of the ball, we're starting to get healthy again, man. So I feel like that's one of the key things on the defensive side of the ball. But let's talk about offense real quick, bro. What is your thoughts on us going to Andy Dalton, or should you be more of the Garrett Gilbert trying to give him another run after seeing what he did against Pittsburgh?
This is my thing, right? I think since we have to discuss who we think should be the starter, that lets you know that there in the nation there is a common ground that you don't know, right? Mm-hmm. So since you don't know and you're 2-7, play them both.
Right.
Right. Problem solved. But this is one thing I will say. I understand for me personally, if it was West Coast Cowboys choice, I would start Gilbert. Okay. And I'm going to tell you why I would start it. And it actually has nothing to do with his performance on Sunday. Why? Because I've seen a lot of guys play really good in their first game, but I've seen a lot of guys not play good in their second game.
Right.
What I am most encouraged that happened on Sunday is my offensive coordinator, Kellen Moore, a guy I know who's going to be here longer than Andy, longer than Gilbert, and probably longer than Dak.
Right.
Actually looked really good, bro.
Right.
Like Kellen Moore called a game that actually made sense. And in my mind, I don't know, was that because he had a quarterback that could see reads? Was it because he had this? But you know what? I'm the type of person where it's like, if I don't know, I just want to leave it. Just leave it.
Right. Right.
Just leave it. But on the opposite side of the fence, on management side of the fence, I think I can make a valid point on why you start Andy Dalton also is because of this, right? Andy Dalton for the Dallas Cowboys organization and for the fan base, it should signify this, that the Dallas Cowboys are not tanking. We should not even be speaking that. Right. The reason being is because Andy Dalton is the only quarterback on your staff right now who has a contract that is incentivized around him going to the playoffs. Right. Think about this. Dak Prescott's contract's not even incentivized that way.
Right.
Dak getting $31 million, whether he plays 4 games, 16 games, 18 games because he goes to the Super Bowl. He's getting $31 million regardless.
Right.
That's what was his price. And the reason why the Dallas Cowboys incentivize their backup quarterback is because they wanted to make sure that if something happened to Dak, that their backup quarterback had a reason to lay it on the line and continue to press toward the mark of making a playoff. And I'm gonna tell you guys, I did some research on his contract. He don't got to get there. No. The way his contract is set up is he gets $500,000 for getting to the playoffs. He gets $500,000 for winning the game. So technically, Andy has to get you to the second round of the playoffs to get that full $1 million. Right. And think about this. And he has to play 50% of the games. He already has 1 game in his book. He has 7 more in his pocket that he can play with. If he puts that together, that's 8. Now, that's the money reason, right? Now, the long-term reason is this, right? If Dak Prescott is not able and is not himself week 1 next year, I need a guy right now who I can trust to not only play 7 games, but to play as many games next year as I need until my guy is ready. Okay. And when I'm looking at Gilbert and I'm looking at Andy, yes, Gilbert looked good in that game. Right. But business sense, and since I got to bet on one of these dudes, because technically I'm betting on one of these dudes, right?
Right.
The money says put your money on Andy Dalton and hope that he does, and hope that he's better. Right. Why? Because he has 9 years, 4 Pro Bowls. Right. So you're hoping that the task that you're asking from your quarterback, you can't really ask that from Gilbert. Why? Because, bro, he playing his second game.
Right. And we've never seen it. Yeah.
And then think about this. Don't you want, it's like a child, like if you're raising a kid, I want to be able to put those expectations on him. That's why I'm like, yo, how can y'all say you want to draft Sunshine and win a Super Bowl in the same season? Like, name a quarterback who won a Super Bowl as a rookie.
Right.
Like,
right.
So if you draft Sunshine, what you're inevitably saying is you want to win a Super Bowl in 2 years.
Right.
If he's Patrick Mahomes.
Right. As in a huge
if he's like all the rest of these dudes, I mean, what if he's just like Sam Darnold?
Right. Right. Because I'm saying the Jets are about to try to go get Trevor Lawrence, and they just drafted a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So you don't necessarily guarantee that you're going to hit on these quarterbacks. I said this last night.
Hey, J Tuck, hey, what if this? What about this? What if you hit and you draft Baker Mayfield?
Right. right.
I'm still mad.
Right.
I'm still mad.
Right. So you would get rid of Dak Prescott, a proven veteran and a proven leader with this team, to get Baker Mayfield. You know, like you just don't know, man. So you can't risk it, man. So let me hop on the chat, man, because I see the chat's lit already, man. Shouts out to everybody who's watching the show right now. Shanda Jones, I've been looking for this page, but didn't know it was on YouTube somehow. I just got the notification. I'm so happy now. Appreciate you for joining in. Shouts out to my guy Kevin, man. Let's get it. Let's see here. F them Eagles fans. The Eagles fans ain't in here, man. They've been kind of quiet, man, after that Giants loss, man. They're usually chirping, but they've been kind of quiet.
Eagles, I'm gonna tell you guys, hey, if you're an Eagles fan and you're watching this show, help is on the way. And it's in the form of your backup quarterback.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's in the form of your backup quarterback. Now, this is the thing that the Dallas Cowboys got to understand is this, right? We're gonna have one of those moments where as soon as they bench Carson Wentz, we're all gonna say,
right.
And then we're gonna see that other guy play.
Yeah. Actually, I don't want that moment to happen, man. I want to roll with Wentz.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this, man. If the other guy is as good as a lot of guys feel that he is, you know what I'm saying? Russell Wilson-ish, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's one of those ish guys, bro. We're gonna have to change our whole defense, bro.
Right.
Because we're not built like Kyler Murray showed us we cannot handle a running quarterback, and I am not trying to do that 2 times a year for a division.
Right. And especially with some of these receivers starting to emerge in Philly as well, man. You don't want to give him those weapons, man. So keep Carson Wentz in there, man. Y'all paid that guy. Rolling out with him. Rolling out with him, man. Shouts out to my guy, Carlito. Was good, bro. Moving the chains. Gilbert would get another shot because Steele's dumb butt's going to get Andy Dalton hurt. What is your thoughts on Terrence Steele, bro? Because, you know, I watched the show the other night, man. They had a few offensive line guys talking about Terrence Steele will be a Dallas Cowboy for the foreseeable future. But what's your thoughts on him, man? Because I personally, I've been over this guy, like, you know what I'm saying, since week 1.
This is my thing, which this is what the tape says about Steele. The tape says about Steele that he is an average guy who can make above average plays in the run game. In the pass game, he is a below average guy,
right,
who can sometimes make average plays.
Right.
And that's my take on Steele. Like, because if you go look at the Philly game, bro, he was dog walking Fletcher Cox.
Right.
Fletcher Cox. Hey, Fletcher Cox, what are your thoughts on Terrence Steele?
Right.
Now, I'm gonna tell you, Terrence Steele is the only one. He's the only guy I've seen this year have the double deuce. And the double deuce is when you know what I'm saying? It's basically when you pee and shit at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And basically he had a double deuce. You know what I'm saying? And double deuces in football is when you have a good play and then you mess it up the very next play with some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The Dallas Cowboys on second down. It was 2nd and 9. We ran a screen, not a screenplay. We ran a draw play, get Zeke on the outside.
Right.
Steele walks Fletcher Cox all the way to the opposite side of the field.
Right.
Like he's not even on, like, Fletcher, you're not on that right side of the field, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Very next, like that's a damn helmet sticker. Give him a sticker. Right back his head.
Right.
Very next play. We got a play action pass coming in. All right, play action pass. This should work still. Why? Because we just ran the ball.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we're going to go your way. So all I really need you to do is do the same exact thing you just did to Fletcher Cox.
Right.
But we're going to pass it.
Right.
Terrence Steele, they hike the ball. Terrence Steele releases the ball. Fletcher Cox runs straight at my quarterback, slams him on the ground, and then he does the military crawl.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's Terrence Steele. So it's like, you know, my thing is this, like, that is what he is. That is who he's going to be. He's the Jeff Heath, you know what I'm saying, of the offensive line. He is never going to be better than what he is at those two things. So my thing is this, if he has to play, I have to understand that this is a guy who can't really pass block for an extensive amount of time.
Right.
So Dallas Cowboys, don't throw the ball 40 times, bro.
Right.
Like
Right.
if you bring a thief, like listen to my thing. Like if you a thief, you can come to my house. I just know I can't leave stuff around you. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't have to not be friends. I just know I can't leave stuff around you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So this is my thing. Cowboys, if you're going to play him knowing these things, bro, you can't go out there with Ben DiNucci in his very first game and throw the ball 41 times.
Right.
You can't do that.
Right.
You can't do that. Why? Because he can't pass block. So that's why I started this thing called, I actually started it back in week 1 called RTDB, run the damn ball.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because people always say, oh, you got to run the ball because you got to protect them. You got to, like, man, this is my thing. People say whatever they want to say about Floyd Mayweather. Oh, yeah, he doesn't let you hit him. He's just going to, I see 41-0. That's
Right.
all I see.
Exactly. Win the game. Yeah. So,
right. I see 41-0. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So you are the leader of the run the damn ball movement, man. So let's talk about running the run game, man. Is it Ezekiel Elliott that he's on a decline, would you say, or is it more just this offensive line kind of these issues that's really causing the rift with the run game right now?
This is what I believe. Right now, your offensive line is built to get it away quick. You know what I'm saying? Right. No matter what you're doing, it's microwave football for the Dallas Cowboys. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm going to be honest with you. The reason why Tony Pollard looks better than Ezekiel Elliott is because Tony Pollard can get to the offensive line. Tony Pollard is able to physically get the ball in his hands and get to the offensive line faster than Ezekiel Elliott is.
Right.
And the reason why that helps him is because your offensive line doesn't have to block as long.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? With Ezekiel Elliott is not a fast starter. He's a downhiller. You know what I'm saying? And we knew that when we drafted him. That's why we had what? A fullback, duh.
And see, I said that the other night, and everyone was like, a fullback. What type of run? Like, why don't we bring in a fullback for Ezekiel Elliott and get into an I formation?
Wait, time out. Can I get an oh? Oh. Yeah. Ezekiel Elliott scored 16 rushing touchdowns as a Dallas Cowboy as a rookie. Guess how many Keith Smith, my dog, was on? He was only on 12. I mean, he was in on 12.
Right.
He was in on 12 out of the 16 rushing touchdowns.
Right.
And you, as an organization, I don't see how a team says they're going to run the ball but not have a fullback. And I'm going to tell you the number. I'm going to tell you where you saw that at its worst. I'm going to tell you where you saw it at its worst. When Ezekiel Elliott got that safety. Remember when he got the safety?
Yeah.
And we're running the ball on the 1 yard line.
Right.
And he's naked.
Right.
You know what you're supposed to have?
A fullback.
You know you're on the 1, dog.
Right.
You know you're gonna have contact.
Right.
So why don't you have a fullback to take on the first contact? So then what Zeke has to do? Step to the left and run. Right. What you're asking Zeke to do right now is one, half the time you're asking him to make moves in the backfield.
Right, because he's getting hit in the backfield a lot. Like before
I'm gonna take this right now, bro. Zeke is a different running back when he's getting hit in the backfield. Right, if this is a bold statement that I'm gonna say right now, and Lord forgive me, Zeke, for saying this. If our offensive line don't get better, you should trade for Saquon Barkley. Because he's the only person I know who can dance around in circles behind the backfield and then go to the left, go to the right, and then go to the left, and then he makes it. Because Barry Sanders doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You need a guy who has the absolute Dan Shake Shimmels.
Right.
Because Ezekiel Elliott is used to being hit that A gap, and then most importantly, man, he is used to being escorted to the second level. In football, there's 3 levels. You got the A, B, and C. A is all your defensive ends, defensive tackles. B level is your linebackers. C level is your cornerbacks and safeties. Well, guess what? Everybody on the A is bigger than Zeke.
Right.
Everybody on the A is bigger than Zeke.
Right. Right.
Zeke doesn't get guys his size until what? The B. And then when he gets the B, after B, he actually gets guys that are smaller than him.
Right. That's when the fun starts.
Exactly. Guess what? If your offensive line can't get you to the second level, you need a fullback to help you. One of the most important stats, man, of Zeke's career that everybody always looks is his rookie year. How many yards he was getting before his first contact. Zeke was getting almost 5.5 yards before hitting first contact. Like, think about this, bro.
Right.
You're a running back and you run 5 yards before anybody touches you.
Right. Lovely, man. And that's what I keep
What do
trying
you
to
think?
tell
Where do
people,
you think
man.
he's at right now? I would think he's almost negative right now.
Right, because a lot of those times Zeke is getting crushed as soon as he gets the ball, man. And it's just like I don't understand because I know this summer in the offseason they talked about blending in the tight ends at the fullback position and utilizing Schultz and also Blake Bell more at the fullback position. But I just don't understand why don't we bring in a fullback? Because what the Cowboys were always laying their hat on is that we had this offensive line. We had Ezekiel Elliott. We was coming right at you. So you know what was coming, but you just couldn't stop it. But I feel like if you don't have any creativity with the run game, and also you don't have the O-line that can really maintain it, it's really going to make things difficult for Zeke and just any running back, man. Like,
well, the question is, this is the question, man. Is like if you get a fullback on, like think about this. The reason why you don't have a fullback is because you have Tony Pollard. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because like, at the end of the day, they're only gonna let you have 11 people on the field. So
right.
if you put the fullback on the field, then it's like, okay, do I take CeeDee Lamb off the field?
Right.
Do I take Amari Cooper off the field to put a fullback in?
Right.
But you know what that really is? That really shows you that their lack of non-commitment to the run
game.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you really were committed to the run, it would be, man, I don't give a damn. We'll go 2 wide receivers. We running the ball. You know what I'm saying? Give me a fullback.
Right.
But see, even when we went and got a fullback, a Wale, guess what he was? He was more of a pass catching fullback. So we still want to be able to have an extra weapon. My thing is this, bro. Listen, if you only got 2 hands, why you need 5 guns? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If I got really 2 good guns, I'm straight.
Right.
You got Amari Cooper, you got CeeDee Lamb. Bro, why can't you trust in them 2 receivers can make plays and put a damn fullback out there?
Right. I agree. Right off the tight end, man. Like, and do you think that Mike McCarthy and Kellen Moore is ever going to commit to the run game, or do you think we're transitioning to this being more of a pass heavy team and Zeke in that run game is more of a thing of the past now?
Unfortunately, guys, when Mike McCarthy first got here, I thought he was going to be like trying to get rid of Dak because that's what all coaches do. But I was mistaken. The guy that he really hates and he wants to get rid of is Zeke. You want to know why? Because when he won a Super Bowl, his leading rusher, I don't even remember his name, but I remember he had 748 yards for the season.
Right.
My thing is this. It's like, Mike McCarthy's one of them bad and bougie chicks that, man, I don't need no man. I don't need no man.
I don't need no running back.
I don't need I did all this by myself. Indoor, outdoor pool. You know what I'm saying? I did all this by myself. And guess what? You're single by yourself.
Right.
You're by yourself. Congratulations. And it's like, man, and then think about this. After he won his Super Bowl, guess what the next longest tier running back was? Ty Montgomery, who's a wide receiver.
Right.
So Mike McCarthy's history says no. Mike McCarthy's history says that he is going to put more focus on the quarterback and the wide receivers, and he'll go get Jimmy Graham and his non-blocking self. Jimmy Graham can't block to save his life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And guess what? They gave up like a 2nd-round pick for it.
Right.
So with Mike McCarthy, what I see, honestly, is the exact same. Like, be honest with you, I would not be surprised if Mike McCarthy drafted another receiver in the 1st round. You want to know why? Because with Amari Cooper, 67 days after you signed Amari Cooper for $100 million, and you still got Michael Gallup on a contract for 2 years, you told your owner, if CeeDee Lamb is there, I don't care, bro. I'm getting it.
Toys, man. Toys. And I love them toys, though. I'm happy, though. I'm happy we got some more toys, though, man.
I'm happy, too, but, like, somebody has to be like, but don't you think LVE is going to play all of 2020?
Right.
Like, I don't want to pose a crazy question, but I'm just saying at the end of 2020, we're going to have to play that game of what would have happened if we would have sold that pick 17. Because let's just be real, bro. This is a CD. I love you, dog. But this is a stupid wide receiver class.
Right.
Stupid wide receiver class. I'm seeing 2nd-round picks going off.
Right. Yeah, we probably gonna see another wide receiver this Sunday, which we'll get into. But before we dive into that, man, let me get your temperature and your gauge, man. How are you feeling about Mike McCarthy as the head coach this far?
Well, this is my thing, man. I think Mike McCarthy kind of got suckered. You know what I'm saying? And I think he kind of did a little bit of suckering on the Cowboys too, because I think a guy that had a whole year to prepare for a team, because remember, he didn't coach in 2019.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he had a whole year to prepare for the Dallas Cowboys. I feel like that year was not like wasn't used correctly because I feel like, man, the staff that he brought in was just not conducive to what needed to happen in the NFL. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it wasn't conducive to what it needed to happen. So my thing is this, man. Mike McCarthy, when he started with Green Bay, he started off 4-8, and they ended the season 8-8. I want to see how Mike McCarthy, how he finishes. I think these last 7 games is going to tell me more about Mike McCarthy, and especially this game out the Minnesota game, because we all know that Jason Garrett sucked coming out of the bye week. You know what I'm saying? 2018, we got Amari Cooper out the bye week. Guess what? We lost that game.
Right.
Tennessee Titans, we lost that game.
Right.
Then we went on a 7-game winning streak. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but it's like
so let me. Yes, so good transition, man. Because we're gonna talk about, like I said, I've been one of the Cowboys fans out there, bro. That I believe that the Cowboys are about to make a run, and I seen like what you've been posting that you feel the same way. So tell me a little bit, man. What do you think's about to happen for the rest of the season? Do you think that we really have opportunities and kind of high hopes, or do you think we legitimately have a chance to win this NFC East? Seeing what's going on with the Philadelphia Eagles, granted the Giants are playing a little bit better, man, but I feel like there's still opportunity to win a lot of ball games just left on our schedule.
All right, well, I can give you guys the roundabout answer. I can give you guys the cheater code. I mean, what you guys want? The roundabout or you want the cheater code? All right, this is what you got. All right, this is what you got to do. Cheater code, you got to hit that subscribe button right now, man. Hit that subscribe button wherever you're watching at. If you're watching on my page, his page, I don't give a damn. Just hit that subscribe button right now.
Hit that subscribe, hit them likes, hit them shares up. Let's go.
All right, this the cheater code, all right? Now, you know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody to try to sit up here and act like they don't want to win all these games, because I would love to win all these games. But this your boy West Coast. I mean, highlight. Come in a little closer, all right?
Right.
All right. Now, if this was a week, if this was a month, this is a month, right? And you got all these bills, right? I'm gonna do this like a black mother would do. I'm gonna prioritize all these bills up here. You know what I'm saying? Because I gotta keep the water on. I gotta keep some of this stuff on. But some of this cable, some of that stuff can go off. I ain't tripping on that. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to tell you the important priority bills you need to pay first to keep these lights on, to keep this thing going. You know what I'm saying?
All right, let's go.
All right, first game, Washington. Got to win that game. All right?
On Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Right.
Next game, week 14, Cincinnati Bengals. I'll let you know in a minute why you got to win that game.
Okay.
Philadelphia Eagles, week 16. Got to win that game. Week 17, New York Giants. Got to win that game. You're like, wow, West Coast, did you really just tell me I just had to win my division in one other game? Yeah, I did. So you're telling me you could theoretically lose the rest of these games and still win the division? Yes, I did. All right, so this is how it works, right? If you beat Washington, right? You beat Washington on the 12th. You're going to split with Washington, right?
Right.
Now, the kicker is this. Washington is about to play Cincinnati. That's why Cincinnati is one of those games, because because you lost to some of these teams. You lost to Washington. You lost to Philadelphia. You need a game that you guys all play together, a team that you guys all play together that you can win, and that you can help beat them. That team is Cincinnati Bengals.
Okay.
The reason why they're the number one candidate, you want to know why? Because they already hooked you up with the Eagles, and they tied with them.
Right.
So guess what? All we have to do is beat the Bengals and beat the Eagles, and we automatically put them below us. Why? Because we split with the Eagles 1-1 game.
Right.
But they tied the Bengals. We beat them.
Bengals.
So we'll be one game above the Eagles. Only way the Eagles can get the division from us is they have to have one whole win better than us. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, the sad thing about the Eagles is the best that they can go is 7-8-1. They can't even go 8-8.
Right.
Because of the tie.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that puts you a victim right now. Now, you're going to need some help. And to guarantee these 4 wins, you're going to need some help. Why? Because you're going to need the Cincinnati Bengals to help you out by beating Washington and also taking care of the New York Football Giants. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, today, I don't know if y'all heard the news with the New York Football Giants, but their head coach got beat up. You know
Mark Colombo. Free reign.
Hey, Mark Colombo, you dog, holla at me. I got a drink. I don't even drink, bro. But if you want to drink, I got you. I got a little, I got you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I mean, there's disarray. And I'm going to tell you this right now. That's week 7. That's week 17, I mean, for the New York Football Giants. At this point right there, let me tell you know what they're going to be thinking about? Who's going to be the new head coach? And if that head coach wants to continue with the quarterback. And you know what you're going to need? You're going to need picks to do that. You know what I'm saying? By week 17, unfortunately, I think your Giants are going to be packed in. I think they're packed in now. You know what I'm saying? Your biggest threat in all of this is the Washington Redskins, that Thanksgiving game. And I love it that it's early because, man, if you don't beat Washington, you throw yourself you basically leave yourself open. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So this week, what we're hoping these next 2 weeks is that Washington loses to the Bengals. We got to take care of our job and beat the Bengals, and then beat Washington. And you're going to solidify that you're going to get the crown regardless if you lose to the Minnesota 49ers or Baltimore. The good thing about it, Baltimore being so good, is they're going to beat everybody in our division.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they don't count. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? They don't even count. And think about this, there's still a good chance that you can even beat 49ers because Garoppolo's not coming back. And a guy that I actually liked a lot just smoked it up, bruh. My boy Mullins, man. I don't know. There's just some guys I just watch them play and I fall in love with them. I know Cowboy fans do it too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But my boy Nick Mullins over there for the 49ers, the backup quarterback, man, number 4, he's just stinking it up right now.
Right. Right.
But I mean, by then, you think, and then also think about this, Tuck. If week 11, Andy Dalton, who's a better quarterback? Andy Dalton, Kirk Cousins.
It's a coin flip, man. I mean,
okay.
I would probably give Kirk Cousins the nod just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because he has, I don't know, man. Because we haven't seen much from Andy Dalton, man. Because I mean, this whole last year, he didn't fare out too well. So I mean, historically, you would say Andy Dalton because he does have the history of being a 4-time Pro Bowler or whatnot. But I'm saying like recently, right now, I'll probably give the nod to Kirk Cousins.
All right. So this is what we'll do. We'll put a question mark there, right?
All right.
Washington, week 12. Who's the better quarterback, Andy Dalton or whoever? We're talking about. Right. Somebody text Washington and find out two things. First off, what's their name and who's going to be your quarterback?
Right. So it'll probably be Alex Smith, who played last week. So I would take Andy Dalton over Alex Smith.
Okay, so you got Andy, right? All right, week 13, Lamar Jackson. I'll give it to Lamar.
Right, Lamar.
Then you got week 14, you got Burrows, you got a rookie. You got Andy Dalton going back into where he's supposed to go.
Yeah, I think Andy will play turned up that game against Cincy, but I mean, quarterback wise, I would take Joe Burrow over Andy Dalton, but
Exactly, but the cool thing about it is the drop isn't like you know what I'm saying?
Right. All
right, week 15, we don't even know who the quarterback's going to be.
Right.
Week 16, I'm actually making a bold prediction and I'm saying it loud and I'm saying it with my chest, and this is this. I actually think that's going to be the first game we see Jalen Hurts, week 16.
Ooh.
Versus the Dallas Cowboys. Because at that point, man, if you look at Philadelphia Eagles season, at that point, bro, they will have been dead.
Right.
Like their season is just not fair. It's sad.
Right.
Like I don't even like the Eagles, and I look at their season, I'm like, damn, bro.
Right. Because like I said, bro, as a Cowboys fan, we know what our issue is. We don't have our quarterback, but y'all have y'all quarterback, man.
Bro,
and y'all still stinking up the place, man. So
like, this is my thing, bro. This is my thing. Who would you rather be right now? The Dallas Cowboys. You want to know why? Because we have 50,000 excuses.
Right.
What's yours?
Right. Wait. That's what I keep asking Eagle fans. What's your excuse? They keep saying, oh, we had a few injuries. You got Alshon back. You got Rager back. You had Goddard back. Wentz is still healthy. So, yeah, and man.
You know the sad thing about it is, even if Wentz is the problem, you have a backup and you've refused to go to him. So you're still in, like, you get what I mean?
Right.
If Wentz is the problem, why haven't you gone to your backup?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So week 16, I'm going to be honest with you. As of right now, Ben DiNucci basically outpaid Carson Wentz.
He
did. Like, I can't. So on this one, I'm sorry, week 16, I'm giving that to the Dallas Cowboys. Right. Week 17, you're going to have Daniel Jones. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what you got a toss up right there, bro. Even at the quarterback position, man, you have got, and we're just matching Andy Dalton up. Right. And we at the quarterback position, you damn near have a chance with every team on here.
Right.
Like the days of playing the great quarterbacks, those are done. We're done with that part of the season.
Right.
Like this is supposed to be like, to be honest with you, if we had Dak, if we was roaring, this is supposed to be our stat stuffing part of our season right here.
Right. Getting all the momentum headed to the playoffs.
This is supposed to be, oh, we just whipping on folks now.
Right.
Oh, did Cowboys go 6 games straight? Yeah, just don't say who we played.
Right, right.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Like
Just don't say
how
who
we
the
started off last season, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
yeah.
Like this is after this Steeler game. This is supposed to be the fat of your season.
Right.
And all I'm asking the Cowboys to do is win 4 games out of it.
4 games. So 6 games to win the division, y'all. So that's why we're trying to stay hopeful, man. Stay hopeful, Cowboys fam. So I know a lot of people, man, they not fight. They all focus on the draft and tank. I know you're not a tank guy, man. But let me ask you this question. If so be it, we happen to fall and then say we're in the top 3 pick, what are you telling the Dallas Cowboys to do with that draft pick?
It depends. This is my thing. It depends. I'm sorry to get all technical, but I got to get technical real quick, man. It really has to depend with a couple things. Has to depend on if I sign Dak Prescott, because if I did not sign Dak Prescott, then yeah, quarterback has to be in play. You know what I'm saying? Like that has to be a play. I'm like, I love Dak and I do, but like I'm still gonna be a Cowboy fan when he's gone. So like a quarterback has to be in play if he has not signed, and if there's still that muckiness between him, you know what I'm saying, and we don't think that a quarterback has to be in play,
right?
You know, but outside of that, man. And I think the right thing for the Cowboys to do is sign Dak so you can go in the draft and get whatever you want to get.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to go in the draft with reservations.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because then you draft something that you have too much of, or you just flat out don't draft what you need. Right. You know what I'm saying? But my draft, I would say the better question for me is what is my biggest need right now? The biggest need right now in the Dallas Cowboys tackle. Like I almost throw up when I see, mock drafts of corners and stuff like that. I literally want to throw up. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, man, like Tyron Smith has not played a complete season, I think, since 2015. Right. You know what I'm saying? I love La'el Collins, but I mean, La'el Collins has been injury prone here lately. I know you don't want to look at his career, but he has actually gradually grown into an injury prone guy, just like Zach Martin. I'm not going to say that, but let's go to another subject. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, you need to go because my thing is this, you know what I'm saying? You owe Tyron Smith $30 million on his contract over 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Are you saying that he's going to play out of nowhere a full season next year?
Right.
So it's like, even if he does, how long are you expecting that to stay together? It took the Dallas Cowboys 4 years in essence to build the Tyron Smith, the Zach Martins, the Travis Fredericks, the La'el Collins. Why? Because these guys were first round picks. Now, obviously, La'el Collins wasn't a first round pick. Right. You know what I'm saying? But the other guys, these are guys that we had to. It took 3.5 years really to build this line. The Cowboys, instead of doing it post line, you need to do it currently. You know what I'm saying? Because the worst thing that you want to be in a situation where if Tyron Smith he's not able to play, then you have your rookie to come in behind him. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you on this. Do you think that we need another tackle if we're getting Brandon Knight back? Because Brandon Knight did look solid when he played left tackle. Or will you consider maybe using Brandon Knight as like more of a swing tackle to play right tackle?
Man, I'm going to tell you this. If you signed Dak Prescott to $165 million, you had better make sure he's standing up.
Right. That's true.
And then I'm going to ask you this also question on the opposite side. Yeah, but West Coast, we're not going to sign him. We're going to give him a franchise tag. Okay, well, if you give him a franchise tag, I'm going to ask you a question. Which is a bigger risk, right? To sign a guy, to play a guy on a 1-year deal for $31 million, or to play a guy with a prior broken leg on a 1-year deal for $42 million.
Right.
Which is a better risk? Like next year's tag is a way bigger risk.
Right.
And this is the number one thing. Even if you don't sign Dak Prescott, you got to make sure that the next young guy, because he'll be young, whoever's standing behind you, you got to make sure that guy's standing up.
Right.
Because that guy's not going to be able to improvise like Dak. Because if he was, he'd be starting on Dak.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people need to get that thought out of your head, bro. Like, if you get rid of Dak, no matter who you put at quarterback, unless you're getting one of these top 5 elite quarterbacks right now that are playing in the NFL, you are taking a dramatic step down. And we have seen that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the most important thing right now is if you're going to invest, make Dak Prescott the highest paid Dallas Cowboy ever, you have to make sure that he's standing up. Because I'm going to tell you this. If you think you cried now, I'm going to tell you this. If you think you cried now, imagine if Dak get hurt making $41 million.
Right.
I'm turning the TV off.
Right.
because I'm gonna have to chip in some money.
And start GoFundMe or something.
We gonna have to start GoFundMe. Like y'all thought 31 million was bad. Bro, imagine if he can't play on 40 something.
Right.
Now you have to, this is the thing that with Dak Prescott, it's just like with Ezekiel Elliott. When you get these types of players, you got to understand what comes with it. You can't buy no hybrid and not expect for your light bill to go up.
Right.
Like that's foolish thinking. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You want a Tesla, but then you mad because your electric bill went up $60. What?
Right. Right. Comes with the territory.
That comes with the territory.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Dak Prescott is now hurt. So you have to now take that in consideration. If I'm going to franchise tag him, guess what? If you franchise tag Dak Prescott, guess what he also becomes? The highest paid person in sports. Right. There is no one in the NBA making $40 million. There is nobody. Patrick Mahomes makes 38.9.
Right.
Dak is going to be making 42 because remember, on the franchise tag, because it's the second year, he's going to get that 38 million and he's going to get a 20% penalty, which comes up to about $7 million. So about 38 million, about seven, he's going to land about $42-43 million when it's all said and done for the franchise tag.
Right.
And that is a whole lot of money to guarantee someone who just broke his leg.
Right. For 1 year.
For 1 year. Right. That is so scary. So my thing is this, man, like you need to, and this is the thing, there is no way that you can fix this offensive line in the draft. You just can't do it. You can't do it. The reason why is because the only way you can fix it in the draft is the same way we just did it. And that is to draft for sure guys. You know what I'm saying? Like Zach Martin is like when he played as a rookie, it's different than Tyler Baez. Like Tyler Baez is a guy, we love him because he's progressing. He's getting there. Right. He's making squirts, bro. Zach Martin came in as a young dude throwing grown men around.
Right. Out the gate.
Out the gate. There's a totally difference. And guess what? You only get one first round pick. So even if you get one, you still, because unfortunately, I love Connor Williams. I'm
gonna ask you, so what do we do with Connor? Is he?
You move him to. Honestly, you try to move him to swing tackle and see if he can play swing tackle. But more importantly, you don't. You understand that this is the thing about the Cowboys, man. You got to realize when just take your L. Like some players, we just need to take our L. Xavier Woods, bro. Hey, it was us. It wasn't you. You're not good. Right. You're not good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You've always not been good. It was us believing it. So my bad.
I believed it too, Xavier Woods, bro. Yeah. I was heavy. I got sold on Xavier Woods, man. I got sold heavy, man. But
you want to know why? Potential.
Yeah, you see it. You see it. Yeah.
But this is the thing, though. It's like if I just keep on seeing potential, you know, my pop's like, man, eventually potential really is just is a show of what you're not using.
Right.
Like a potential is good year one. But, bro, I don't want to hear a third-year guy in the NFL talking about he's still at potential.
Right.
No, bro, I should see production.
Right.
Potential should always turn into production.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what you just don't see it. With Connor Williams, he put the weight on. He looked decent with it, but it's like, man, Connor Williams, the amount of times that we want to run the ball, man, you need someone who is just violent.
Right.
Like Zach Martin is a violent, like people think that he is just like some nice guy because he went to Irish. Bruh, Zach Martin is a dog.
Right.
I remember when he pancaked the dude and then was so happy about it. Remember when he did the little dance?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's who Zach Martin is. And my thing is this, if you want to run the ball and you want to be successful, then you're going to have to do that, man. You're going to have to start insulating this offensive line. I think it starts with drafting one, because you need a stud. You need a guy that can play. And then you also need to go into that. Oh, you need to go into free agency, man. And you need to get a veteran.
Right.
Like, bruh, like you need to get a veteran. Like you need a veteran guy. And I'm not even saying like an old, when I say veteran, what I mean is a young guy on the last or 2 years left on a rookie deal. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You need to go get somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like you need to go out there in the free agency and get someone that's coming off one of those deals. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, man, running the ball is expensive. That's why you got Zeke. Like you couldn't draft Zeke at pick 10.
Right.
Like, and the reason why running the ball is so is so expensive. I'm gonna tell you why. Because running the ball is like the only way you can guarantee wins in the NFL.
Right.
Like, think about that.
Because all the teams that are good at running the ball, they win ball games. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's really a simple formula, man. You play the game, I play the game. Like we all know, the teams that can just run the ball down your throat, they typically win the ball games. I mean, that was always our formula when we had Ezekiel Elliott at his best, man. So I don't know why we gotten away to it, because you put up too many chances when you're just throwing the ball, slinging all over the field, man, for bad things to happen. So yeah, man.
And you got to think, man. You got to say it like this, bro. When you're running the ball, you're doing the most natural thing with your offensive line. You're going forward. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When you're pass blocking, bro, you have to have coordination. Right. Like the pass blocking is where, and also you got to think like this. COVID is also a reason why your offensive line sucks. You want to know why? Because in a regular season, these guys would be at each other's house, meeting up, looking at film, and slapping each other on the head. Hey, bro, what you doing? You suck. You can't be doing it. You can't be. You know what I'm saying? The offensive line, these guys eat out every Thursday. Like, this is something I know for a fact.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But because of COVID, you're not having that. So guess what? A lot of improvement stuff that guys would do outside of football is not happening. Mm-hmm. So if you're not getting it in football, if you're not getting it in practice, that's about it, all you're getting it. And then think about this, Tuck. It actually has a chance of getting worse, because I don't know if you heard, but starting Friday, we're basically in like ground zero of COVID.
Right. Except Jerry World, man. Jerry is still opening up, man. We putting more fans in the seats, man. That's what Jerry said.
That's because Jerry is the most powerful man in sports.
Right.
Roger Goodell said, we're going to take this thing smooth, and we're going to wait a little bit. Nobody's going to have fans. Jerry said, excuse me, Sheila, what's the governor's cell phone number?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what?
Right.
Jerry is a boss. Like, bro, like Jerry is like my kids. Like, you know how you have that one kid, man, that you know he can get away with one player, and I'd be like, no. Like, what?
Right.
Dad said yes.
Yeah. Do it regardless. Yeah.
Like, you're tripping, Mom. I said, boy, you better stop doing that.
Right. Get both killed. Right. Yeah. But yeah, that's how Jerry is, man. But yeah, I think that's something to take in consideration, bro. It's like it's just that continuity with the offensive line. And I think with this whole team, man, we kind of seen about it. I'm starting to see things gel a little bit. So let's get into Sunday's game. I'm gonna keep you all night, bro. So we play the Minnesota Vikings, man. What's your thoughts? Do you think that we're going to see a different style of defense when it comes to this run game? Because I know DeMarcus Lawrence came out and spoke about it. Said that the team that we saw against the Browns, we will not see on Sunday. But what's your thoughts about this run game and stopping, my favorite running back in the NFL, Dalvin Cook?
Well, I think your defense has already made strides to show you that they can play better.
Right.
So I think your defense whenever I look at film, I always look at the last 3 weeks. Why? Because, man, if you go look at West Coast, if you ask me something about what I feel, week 1 from now, that's 2 months. I'm a totally different person now. You know what I'm saying? Right. So when I look at film, I always try to look at the last 3 months, man. I mean, the last 3 games. So it's like, when I look at this, this Minnesota Vikings team, I see a team that honestly has gotten better over the last 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But at the same time, I'm encouraged because guess what? I also see a Dallas Cowboy team defense who has also gotten better also. This is my thing. Like, the Hot Boys won on Sundays. The Hot Boys beat the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Right.
It's just the Dallas Cowboys didn't beat the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, bro, we totally shut down the offense. You know what I'm saying? The running game, their running game was obsolete. You know what I'm saying? And think about this. The number one thing that sold me on my defense, my Hot Boys, is when you needed the ball back.
They got it. Which was new. That was surprising, man. Like I said, I didn't see all that coming.
Think about this, Tuck. Bro, think about this, Tuck. On that 3rd and 8, when they was waiting, right?
Right.
You knew in your heart your defense was going to stand up, didn't you? Bro. You knew they was, bro.
Well, I tell you, man, like,
don't deny that feeling. Like, you're deep. Like, I know people just said, like, I'm not going to, I'm not going to think about it. But, bro, when we needed on that it was 3rd and 6, that 3rd and 6,
right,
when we were trying to get the ball back, you know what I'm saying, to try to force them to kick that field goal.
Right.
I mean, they didn't even go for the field goal. They ended up going for it, you know what I'm saying? But on that down, bro, in your heart, you just knew it. Because they had consistently did it.
And they had the momentum, man. And that's the thing, is like, start off the game, I was like, okay, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? This is cute, it's eventually going to end. but probably like around the mid third quarter, I said, "Oh, we in this thing for real, man." And it was like, and the defense was playing solid, man. So, like I said, if I feel like the Cowboys can carry that momentum into the bye week and then into the game on Sunday, then yeah, I think we have a great chance of beating the Vikings, man. But we cannot revert back to those issues that we had earlier on, before we started the show, because all the missed calls. So I think that, having Sean Lee back, granted we lost Diggs, but also getting Cheeto back will help a lot, especially with the pass defense in the secondary. So yeah, I expect a good game, man. And like I said, the biggest thing for me as a Cowboys fan is seeing that this team is starting to compete. That's what I was concerned about, man. I thought they were quitting. I thought they were laying down, especially after that Washington game. But everybody called them out, man, especially after that Dalton hit and whatnot. And I think that kind of gelled this team back together, man. So they're showing a lot of fight. Like I said, I was saying like Jalen Smith and DeMarcus Lawrence, you guys, man, come back out in your Hot Boys gear, man. Don't let nobody talk you out of what gets you in your mode, man. So if you want to be Hot Boys up, come out Hot Boys up, talk your trash, man, because those are the guys that have to set the tone for this team. And I feel like on Sunday, man, I hope it continues. But you're seeing the pass rush. But the defensive front playing a lot better, man. Neville Gallimore, and as you mentioned, also Antoine Wood stepped up and played big. Randy Gregory's just a dog who can just play football, man. He's one of those guys who can just walk out, in jeans and just get a pass rush, man. So I feel like, Sean Lee's starting to be around, General Lee giving that extra coach out there on the field, man. So I expect our Cowboys defense to continue this trend, and that's why I'm still optimistic about the remaining of the season.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you something. I can tell by my boy Tuck. I can tell by that little cowboy sweater on there. He real. This I'm talking to a football player right here. This Tuck. This a football player. I can tell him. I can tell.
Outside linebacker, man.
I can
tell. home of Big Cat Leon Lett in Poirier State, man. There you go. Check that.
I can tell by the track, right? But I'm gonna tell you this, right? You got two football players on here, and I'm gonna tell you something. Losing is a part of football,
right?
Winning is about a part of football. Penalties, part of football. Unsportsmanlike conduct, someone gets slapped, all a part of football. I'm gonna tell you what's not a part of football. Being unprepared and looking as if you don't know what's going on. That's not a part of football.
Right.
You want to know why? Because everything in football is recorded.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's like this. As a guy watching, as a football player watching football, I don't want to say I'm okay with losing. I'm not gonna say that.
Right.
But just like I don't think OJ did it, but I understand. I understand you might lose every now and then.
Right.
But I don't understand just misunderstanding on plays, on offense, deep. I don't understand that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, Tuck, as long as we're away from that, you're naturally going to be better. You want to know why? Because you do have some of the better players in the NFL.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because think about this. What was the biggest change that we made on defense? It wasn't a player. You know what it was? We went back to what we were doing last year.
Right.
And think about this. What we were doing last year is good enough. Why? Because we were the 9th ranked defense in the league.
Exactly. We trimmed the fat a little bit and just got back to what we were doing from last year. Like, that's it.
Yeah, like everything doesn't need it doesn't always need an overhaul. So my thing is this, man, the Dallas Cowboys defense has definitely showed me that they can win you a game because, the Dallas Cowboy defense they left that stadium with their heads up last week.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they understand what they did out there. We just came up short. We had a 4-string quarterback. Let's just be real.
Right.
Real world scenario, you're not supposed to win that game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like Vegas.
Like exactly. Like we were 21 points, something ridiculous.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're not even supposed to be in that game. So it's like you take that, you build off that lets you know that my defense can keep you in a game. If my defense can keep you in a game, then only thing you're asking is this: Kellen Moore, be that creative guy that you said you are, and be that consistent guy that you are. You know what I'm saying? Because if they can continue to hold guys to 19 to 23, between 19 and 23 points, bro, you got to win games in the NFL.
Right.
Like
Period.
Kellen Moore. Hey, but I'm gonna tell you a juicy stat, man. A juicy stat.
Let's go.
Stat, bro. All right, now. All right. So Kellen Moore's had 16 plus how many games this year? 16 plus 9, right?
9, right?
So that is what? 25 games, right?
Right.
Out of his 25 games, Kellen Moore has 11 games where he scored less than 24 points, right? Out of that 11 games, he has 6 games where he scored less than 14 points. And in that 6 games, he has 3 games that he scored less than 10 So you know what that lets me know? Kellen Moore, you have a scoring problem issue, bro.
Right.
Like this isn't this. Yeah, it might be the Ezekiels of the world, the Dax of the worlds, but you have an issue getting the physical football past the goal line. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? This is something that's being, you know what I'm saying? So now we need to see Kellen Moore. Can you create plays to get us in the end zone? Because I'm gonna tell you this right now. If he cannot continue to be your offensive coordinator.
Right.
You want to know why? Because you need to then pay your quarterback $50 million.
Right.
That lets me know that everything that Dak was doing was his own and nothing of what you were doing, bro.
Right, right. Because even last year, we stalled out a lot in the red zone. And you see it often, man, on Sundays. Like, we make these great plays, we get down the field, and just stall out, man.
You know why? Because there's more defenders.
Right.
I mean,
things become tighter. Yeah.
Exactly, bro.
Right.
Like this is the one thing I love about playing in the red zone.
Right.
Is you can't run a fade. I mean, there ain't too many routes. You can't run a go route.
Right.
I'm on a 12. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's only certain things you can do right here. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's like I think that's where Kellen Moore gets like it's almost like, oh my God. He's claustrophobic in the red zone, bro.
Right. Tightens up.
When it tightens up, when he only has limited, oh my God, I only have 12 yards to and then think about this. Most of Kellen Moore's, my biggest issue with Kellen Moore, this honestly, is you run way too many damn plays at the line of scrimmage. Way too many.
Mm-hmm.
Way too many. Like, and then I love the screen plays, but now it's to the point where we're running a lot of plays behind the line of scrimmage.
Right.
Like, bruh, you see Patrick Mahomes, bro, everything that Patrick Mahomes doing is going that way.
Right.
Get away from me. Go
Right.
that way.
Right.
We have someone always doing this.
Right. Reverse, screen, tight end screen, and there's all sorts of silliness, man.
And then guess what? And I'm gonna tell you this right now, man. A linebacker, you in that red zone, bro, I ain't falling for that.
Right.
I'm not falling for that.
Right.
Because I don't got 50 yards behind me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if you throw it too far, guess what? It's gonna go out of bounds.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So everything tightens up. And to be honest with you, I think if you're gonna have Kellen Moore as your offensive coordinator, you need to get a specialist.
Right.
Like you need to. Like I get why. Like at first I was like the offensive coordinator in Arizona, King Kingsbury.
Right.
At first I was kind of against him getting. I was like, dude, how they giving this dude a job over over my boy Chris Richard? Like,
right.
You understand? Everybody's like, yeah, but man, I'm like, look, at Kings Kilberg didn't even win a lot of games. Like they were like 7-5 his best season. And my boy was like, yeah, bro, but I'm gonna tell you what he does. He scores points, bro. Right. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And then I get in the NFL and I see that translating, and I'm like, oh,
right.
Oh,
okay, yeah.
I get it now. He scores points because, bro, when you have a Tony Romo for 11 years, bro,
right.
It makes you think about, damn, maybe if Tony Romo had a better offense, he wouldn't have so many highlights.
Right.
Like maybe Tony wouldn't have led the league in comebacks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's, so it's like, there's just certain pieces that the Cowboys have done with their organization that have just literally just put them in the place that they are right now, man. So, going forward, man, for 2020, man, I'm just hoping that we run the damn ball. Right. You know what I'm saying? We run this damn football, man. And that, when you draft a guy, Ezekiel Elliott, 4th overall, man, you pay him the money. You were paying him to win you a game. Bro, I'm going to ask you, Tuck, what is a game that Ezekiel Elliott has single-handedly won from us? Bro, we don't have any.
Right. Right.
Chicago, maybe Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I think when you think about Ezekiel Elliott as a Cowboy, you really think about the Pittsburgh game. That was it. I can really think of, man. So
think about that was a pass play. That wasn't even a run.
Right. And so right. And so yeah, man. And I feel like Zeke needs that statement game, that Adrian Peterson type game, that Dalvin Cook type game, where it's like, hey, man, we just gave Zeke the damn ball.
Shut up and leave me alone.
Right. And I feel like if any week is gonna be that week, I feel like it's gonna be Sunday. He's gonna look across that field and see Dalvin Cook over there doing it. And it's like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think Zeke's going to get up for this game. I think the bye week was good for him. But, yeah, we have to commit to it, though. We get Zeke running because even against the Steelers, we got the run game going. But then here comes the reverse. And then we got to stop the reverse. And then, like, we get too cute. I think we should know what our identity is this game. We're going to run the ball. make Andy Dalton make the proper reads, get the ball into the hands of these weapons, and not be cute and just move on from there, man.
AJ, I'm gonna tell you this right here, right? Like, kill the and this is not to you, but this, hey, if you're out there and you're talking, kill the noise about the Cowboys can't run the ball.
Right.
Like, it's like my daughter, clean your room. I can't clean my room. No,
right. You can't.
You don't want to clean your room. This is the problem you guys got to understand, right? The Cowboys can run the ball. You want to know why? Because now we're actually talking about Tony Pollard looks so good. But does Tony Pollard look good catching the ball?
Right.
Does he look? No, Tony Pollard looks good running the ball. So guess what? RTDB, it don't even got a name to it. Just run the ball with somebody.
Right. You know right. Somebody. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I don't even care. Like I don't even care, man. I'm such a Cowboy fan. I don't care.
Right.
Just RTDB.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Run the damn football. And I'm going to tell you, Tony Pollard is proof you can run the football.
Right. But Pollard gets 2 big plays, and then we just go back to, it's just commit. You have to commit to the run game. And I feel like with this Dallas Cowboys team, the biggest thing that we're lacking right now is we don't know what our identity is. We don't know if we're a passing team. We don't know if we're a running team. We really just don't know right now. But I feel like this is now the time to say, you know what? The one guy that we do really have back here that can really change the game is Ezekiel Elliott and also Tony Pollard. Give him the ball. I need to see a 30 touch game from Zeke. Like, let me get one of those.
Yeah. The sad thing about it is, man, it just lets you know the criteria of how Kellen Moore feels that he has to get paid in Dallas, and it's not running the ball, it's passing the ball.
Right.
And that's why he's so committed to it, because this is the thing. Kellen Moore knows as an offensive coordinator, like every offensive coordinator, you get your stripes and you get your, ooh, he's so good.
Right.
Like, think about this. We didn't think Sean McVay was a good offensive coordinator because he was running the ball with Todd Gurley.
Right.
No.
Right. Right.
No.
Right.
You thought he was a genius because of all the open passes and the down the field and all that other stuff.
Right.
That's how they get their that's how they get their gas. You know what I'm saying? Like, running the ball for an offensive coordinator is like it's like an unchartable stat. Like, we run the game, we ran the ball, kudos. But guess what? Nobody wants to talk to me after the game.
Right.
Right. But guess what? Your quarterback throws for 400 yards. The quarterback and the offensive coordinator is getting interviewed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I definitely believe that Jerry has put some undue pressure on these guys, and the focus is on passing because, bro, we were passing with Dak.
Right. Down the field throws, 400 yards, 500 yards. Yeah. That's what sells tickets, man.
And then think about this. Jerry still was okay doing it at the expense of us losing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like,
because it was exciting. That's what it was. It was exciting, man. Like, yeah.
And the thing about Jerry Jones, man, is Jerry Jones has 2 buttons in his garage, in his room, and one button makes him $1 million every time he pushes it, and another button makes a smart football decision, right? And this is the thing, Tuck. Jerry Jones can only push one of those buttons a day.
Right.
So he walks into his route. How many days do you think he pushes the button that makes smart decisions? And how many days do you think he pushes the button that makes him $1 million?
He ain't pushing that smart decision with it. Like, nah, man.
You know the sad thing about, and I'm gonna tell you the sad thing about Jerry Jones is Jerry Jones has the most successful business sports franchise in the history of the world. Right. So it's like, how do you tell that guy that you suck at running a football team?
Right. Right.
Like, you're like, what?
Yeah. Like, nah, man, look at these numbers. Look at these numbers I got. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm worth 3 times as much as the Yankees.
Right.
What?
Right. Because right now, Jerry Jones feels like his team is more valuable than the Kansas City Chiefs.
Bro, they are. There ain't no feel like they are. The Dallas Cowboys are.
But because they ain't got nothing to do with winning, though.
Yeah, and that's why I say the math in Dallas is wrong, because in most programs, if in high school, it's even down to the high school level. If your high school is 2-8, the only people watching your games is your mama,
right,
and your auntie.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And your auntie is not coming to week 3.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But bruh, in Dallas, win or lose, we're selling out. Like, bruh, think about this. Bro, the damn Pittsburgh game was sold out.
Right.
We were 21-point underdog.
Right.
To a 7-0 team.
Right.
We still in the building.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's the issue with the Dallas Cowboys is it's like Jerry Jones is like, we're like, what do you mean I'm losing? We lost the game.
Right.
I made a $15 million. What do you mean?
Right.
Hey, the best example is this. Hey, you remember when Migos was on there and they said, hey man, how you feel about being left off bad and bougie? They be like, do I look like I got left off bad and bougie?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They asked Jerry Jones, hey Jerry Jones, how does it feel to know that you lost the Super Bowl? Do it look like I lost the Super Bowl?
Right. Dude, right. He about to have the fight. Errol Spence fight at AT&T Stadium, man.
Hey, Jerry on the boat, like, do it look like I lost the Super Bowl?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He out here Floyd Mayweather with it, the money all in
and that's what I always say, man. The Cowboys just ran like a business brand, not like a football organization, man. That's the issue. So,
man, the number one thing I always say about the Cowboys is Jerry Jones makes too many football decisions based on non-football decisions. If you can catch that, you can catch that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys make way too many football decisions that are based on non-football decisions.
Right.
An example, I bought a red car. Andy Dalton, you should be my backup.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like the car had nothing to do with the signing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But to Jerry, it made sense. CeeDee Lamb, my friend back in college wore 88.
Right.
And then his name was Lamb. You should wear 88.
Right.
CeeDee, like, bro, I don't even know this dude.
Right. Yeah, like CeeDee came out with 10. I even got the CeeDee 10 jersey, man. It was like,
you get what I mean, bro? I'm like,
switched up on him.
So you telling me in Dallas you can't even have your own number?
Right. Right. And he didn't say it's because I think you're going to be the next Michael Irvin or Des Bryant or Drew Pearson. No, I had a homeboy who wore 88 back in college, and so he had your same last name. So that's what you're going to wear.
Imagine, let's just say, like, for the folks who don't get that, okay, Tuck, you just bought a pink and turquoise car. You give it to your lady. You're like, she's like, okay, hon, what's up with the pink and turquoise car? Well, babe, I'm going to tell you, all right, back in college, I had this chick named Shannon. She was AKA. She's real nice. Yeah, I want to honor.
Right.
Like Jerry Jones puts his bro. He has to be the king of just awkward moments. Like
right. Right.
Like, could you imagine the conversation of him telling this inner city kid that you're gonna wear a jersey of a guy that's 86 years old who died in Little Rock, Arkansas?
And that's why I try to tell people, man. It's just like, and people said it was just a number, man. If you ever play sports, it's more than just a number, man.
If
like
it's just a number, Chuck, why can't he wear 10?
Right. That's what I said. If it's just a number, then why can't he wear 10?
Why can't he wear 10?
You know, I was like, man, but it is what it is. But like I said, that's why I got the 10 jersey, because I wanted to honor CD the way he wanted to come in. You know, because he wanted to be the next D Hops, and nah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you what it also does, man. Is and y'all don't get mad at me, but I'm gonna tell you what it is, man. It creates a little crack. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So later down the road, if something does happen, I'm up out of here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And then when he leave, the first tweet he said, man, I couldn't believe they made me wear
that. Right. He gonna be somewhere else in number 10. You know what I'm saying?
And then my question is this, Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones so dumb when it came to that, because I'm like, Jerry Jones, did you see what DeAndre Hopkins just did?
Right.
So you don't want CeeDee Lamb
to be that?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
And then think of the marketing you could have did when Hopkins came to Dallas.
Right.
10 versus 10.
Right. Jersey swaps, all that, man. Nah, he didn't want that, man. My homeboy wanted to honor his homeboy, man, from high.
So you know what that also lets me know? That Jerry Jones will also sacrifice money to get what he wants, bro.
Right.
Like,
I agree.
Like the Cowboys, I believe the Cowboys can win a Super Bowl, but we're gonna our road to the Super Bowl is gonna be harder than all the other teams, because Jerry Jones is gonna put us through a bunch of unnecessary hoops that other teams are gonna have to go through.
Right. Right.
Like Kansas City. Kansas City said, hey, DeAndre Baker, you probably did something wrong, but guess what? They ain't catch you. Bring him. Come on.
Right. Come on. You're right.
Right. A non-catch is innocent to me, bro.
Right.
If the glove don't fit, you must quit.
Yeah, like I said, man, like I live here in Kansas City, man. I went to the AFC Championship game. I could not pick Clark Hunt out of a lineup until that game. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just must be nice. He got the trophy, handed it over to Andy Reid, and went on about his business, man. But you know, if the Cowboys ever go on a Super Bowl run, it's gonna be a full circus with Jerry Jones, and
the coach will probably get fired within the next couple of years.
Right.
Because Jerry Jones wants a guy that's gonna let him take his glory.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. Right.
But I mean, like just to kind of piggy on that DeAndre Baker, like, you know, I know I said the Cowboys didn't even reach out or didn't even touch, but it's like it's stuff like that, man, where it's like we've done stuff the Cowboy way for so long. And my boy Nipsey Hussle had a quote, and he said, "I study rich." I ain't gonna say the word he said, but rich people moves like it's homework. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like I feel like the Cowboys, like we're studying the wrong tape, and the tape that we're studying is tape of ourselves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We need to be studying tape of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Right.
Like honestly, you can even study. Like think about this: the damn 49ers. The last time we won a Super Bowl, were good, right?
Right.
They smoked some crack, fell off,
Right.
lost all their hair, right? Came back, went to the Super Bowl.
Right.
They was good. They was rehab.
Right.
Bro, did you know them 49ers fell off on some crack again?
And already
Fell
bounced back.
all the way off to losing like 3 games in a season.
Right.
To find Jesus again and go back to the Super Bowl.
Right.
While we ain't figured it out yet.
Right. Not even a Super Bowl, but NFC Championship game.
But you get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, bro, you have teams who have went to the mountaintop, went down, and up.
Right.
And we're still on the down.
Right.
Like, bro, the Browns are now good.
Right.
That's how long it's been.
Right.
Like, that's crazy, man. So it's like the Cowboys, that's why I say, man, we need to start copying the ways of these championship teams, these Kansas City Chiefs, man.
Right.
These teams that are aggressive.
Right.
These teams that put talent over everything else. Like, bro, if you have a PR department, why do you care if this dude got accused of anything?
Right.
Just sit on the practice. Hey, listen, what you're going to do, Baker. You got to go to practice, then you got to go to PR. Why? Because you can't make any references or watches and all types of stuff. We got to coach you and get you right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what you do.
Well, let me ask you this, bro, before I let you go. What do you think has changed? Because that we used to be that. So do you think it's more of a Steven thing, or do you think it's Jerry still? Or
I think it is a Steven thing because Steven doesn't miss winning a Super Bowl because he's never won one as an owner. Stephen Jones, think about this. When Stephen Jones won, when we won Super Bowls in the 90s, Stephen Jones was a fan in the room with his daddy. That's when Jerry Jones was in the prime of his career. You think he was letting his son do anything? Absolutely not.
Right.
He was sitting there smiling.
Right.
So guess what? Stephen Jones now has come into the era of Dallas where it's the focus on the money.
Right.
So to be honest with you, when Jerry was owner, you had to win games to be good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Steven has found out this lock where it's like, I actually don't have to be good. I have to be entertaining.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And entertaining doesn't necessarily mean win or lose. It just means, do you put out a good fight? And think about this, Tuck. Me and you both just admitted that we're okay with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
We just don't want to see, what we saw 5 weeks ago.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're okay with just being entertained.
Right.
At this point. So it's like, to be honest with you, I think it's more of a driving fact of Steven. And I think that Jerry Jones understanding that life is, coming at him fast. You know what I'm saying? That's why I think he got one of them boats so he can go in international and do whatever he want to do. Hey, Jerry, stay away from them hoes, Jerry. Stay away from them hoes, Jerry. Stay away from them hoes, Jerry. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I think Jerry Jones, honestly, man, I think he's really allowing Stephen Jones to run the business. And the problem with Stephen Jones is he has not lost enough for him to care about winning more than making money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because right now, Stephen Jones is like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and what are you going to say to him?
Right.
They've taken everything to new heights.
He's keeping the business afloat, but not the team.
Exactly. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's the sad thing about Steven is like, you need something. You're gonna have to, because you got to think about this. When Jerry Jones first came into football, he wasn't a billionaire. He was a millionaire, and he bought the Cowboys off of borrowed money.
Right.
So he had to win.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Steven, bro, they're like, now, honestly, man, when you're at Steven's level, bro, it's about making sure that your kids don't got to work.
Right.
And guess what? I don't got to win to do that.
Right. Because people are going to come regardless. So let's get more ticket sales, man. Like I said the other day, man, I'm already getting hit up by the ticket office for season tickets for 2021 for next year. They already on it.
Yeah, you know the crazy and you know the crazy thing about it is, and that's the same thing I told everybody when at the beginning of January, like, I don't know if we're gonna have an NFL season. I was like, look, if you get that email from that season ticket holders, we have an NFL.
Right. Right. They already on it, man.
They already on it.
They already on
You're having
it. Yeah, 2021, man. But hey, bro, man, I appreciate you for coming on, my guy, man. I don't want to keep you all night, man. But for the people to join in once again, man, tell them where they can find you again.
Hey, man, you go over to Facebook, type in West Coast Cowboy. You can go over to YouTube, type in West Coast. IG, type in West Coast, man. Anywhere you want to go, type in West Coast, and you got me, man. And hey, man, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for having me on, man. This is actually pretty dope, man. I could talk football all day, and I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you, bro. Like I said, he's one of the hardest workers, man, that do this, man. Like, I'm a huge fan of the show, bro, and we just got this chemistry, man. So we talk, off air and whatnot, bro. So I appreciate you, man. And like I said, for y'all catching me for the first time, man, go to Cowboys Fans Only on YouTube. Comment, like, subscribe. Also follow me on Twitter at jtuck151, and then for your merch, man, your CFO merch, man, go to cowboysfansonly.com. Got a lot of merch there, got a lot of content, man. So I appreciate you for coming on, my guy. And hopefully, we got to win, 4 games, right? 4 games is all we got to get, bro.
Yeah, I mean, hey, win your division, beat Cincinnati Bengals, and then guess what?
The playoff tickets. Yo, Jerry gonna sell it.
Yeah, hey, listen to me. Hey, what if I told you this, Doug? The playoffs is not really the playoffs. This is what it really is. It's a 4-game tournament that starts at your house.
There you go. And then
bro, I'm just saying. I mean, I know, you can't get it no easier. You know what I mean?
Right.
If you win, if you get in the division, even no matter who you play, they're gonna have to come to Dallas.
Right.
And guess what? 2018, Seattle came out of there. They walked in with a better record and walked out back to Seattle.
Right.
Yeah, man. Remember that? I remember 2018, that 3-5 team.
Yeah,
went on that run.
I was there, man.
Yeah. Hey, and think about this. A lot of people don't give that credit because they think since Cowboys were at home that we were the better team. We were favored to lose that game.
Right.
Versus Seattle. Because Seattle was better, at home.
Right.
But we won the division. They just had they had the 49ers in the division had a better record.
Right. And they had that they run game. They was toting the ball. Yeah, going back to the run game. Yeah.
Bro, they were the #1 rushing team that year.
Right.
And guess what? They came into Dallas and they went home.
Right.
Because guess what? When you go to the playoffs, anything can happen. Ask Eli Manning. Happened to him twice.
Right. Well, hey, Cowboys family, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Catch me tomorrow night. I'm going to have Brianna Dix on live, and we're going to go through this whole thing again, man, talk about some more Cowboys content. So like I said, I appreciate each and every one of y'all for tuning in. Like I always say, man, everyone stay safe, stay blessed, stay encouraged, and let's go Cowboys. I'll see y'all tomorrow night.